Pleased to be joined now. I'm not the only person in this studio hosting a daily program. That number has now been boosted by one more. You can watch my next guest nationally on the Pivot Network on TakePart Live, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. out here on the West Coast every single night. Meghan McCain, good to see you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hosting a daily show is no joke.
Yeah, it is no joke. It's intense, but I love it. It's really fun. You get to start out at the beginning of the day with an idea and create it by the end of the day. It's
and
fun.
are you demanding of your staff in the same way that I am? Are you going out there and making?
She has two co-hosts.
Are you going? Or you have a couple co-hosts like I have as well?
I
Right
have
here?
two co-hosts, but they're not as handsome as your co-hosts.
Oh
I have to say.
my Lord! Law and Brockman. You're the first guest here on this program to ever say that.
Really?
And not just on this show, just at all to these guys.
Oh, well, maybe I'm locked in my studio too much. I'm around the same people every day.
You can come back every week.
So, tell folks about your show. What about your show that you like about it that people should be watching for?
It's a daily news show, and I'm the token Republican on the show. It's really fun. You got to have one blonde Republican in every situation when you're talking about politics, and it's really fun. It's for millennials. It's
Right.
new. We're trying to hustle and make people watch, and
Right.
it's just a fun experience.
Doesn't Fox News corner the market though
on blonde
Republicans?
They let a few of us out occasionally, but for the most part, they have all of them.
I'm just going in my mental Rolodex here.
I was let
from that
out to flee.
You were let out. So we're coming to your home state for the Super Bowl.
So excited.
Coming up, and obviously it's been there before. I mean, how are folks getting set for the Super Bowl? How excited are they?
People go
Yeah.
ape. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on here. People go crazy.
Ape poop?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing having the Super Bowl come to your home city, and I have such Arizona pride. Born and raised.
Right.
It's my home, and I'm so excited to have the Super Bowl there. I know nothing about football, but the parties are fun.
No, I know. Well, listen. Let me tell you something. What the Super Bowl means to certain cities can't be quantified.
Exactly.
Obviously, and then to potentially have your own team in the Super Bowl, which obviously anything can happen between now and the Super Bowl. With the Arizona Cardinals performing as well as they possibly are, I couldn't even imagine what that would mean.
My father might have a heart attack and die with excitement.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
He might actually die.
Is your dad is watching these games?
He's obsessed. Obsessed. It's the only time I can't get a hold of him is when he's watching any Arizona sports team, basically. But he's obsessed with the Cardinals. Obsessed.
Right. Is it? He's watching it like a hawk.
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yes.
Is that the right terminology?
Yes, he is.
Certainly for your dad.
Yes.
I've got Meghan McCain right here on the Rich Eisen show. TakePart Live on the Pivot Network is where you can catch Meghan every night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. You were an intern on Saturday Night Live.
I was.
How did you get that gig?
Obviously through my father. People ask me like I got it on my own. I'm like, obviously, Lorne Michaels called my dad when he found out I was going to college. Like, I'm not even going to lie about it. I'm like, clearly
Is
my
that
father.
right?
Yeah, totally. My father had hosted, and then he's friends with Lorne Michaels, and he was like, why didn't she come intern? And then I did, but
Yeah.
it wasn't glamorous at all. I just got wine and popcorn and did errands. It wasn't
Right.
glamorous at all.
But Tom Brady was a guest when you were there.
He was.
for
He
the
was
purposes.
a host. Yeah.
Yeah?
It was still when he was. I know Tom Brady through his girlfriend, so it was still when he was with Bridget Moynihan.
Okay.
And he met my dad. My dad was there for some reason I don't remember, and he was lovely. He was so friendly and nice.
He was funny too. I mean, when Rob Riggle was there as well back in the day.
I love Rob Riggle because Rob Riggle was a Marine, or he's an ex-Marine.
Yeah, he is.
I've got veteran pride for Rob Riggle, and he was also very nice to me when I worked there.
Yeah, Rob's a good dude.
Worked there, wasn't paid, right? Interned there.
Yeah, Rob was here the day before Veterans Day. I think that was good to have him here.
Yeah.
He's a good, funny dude, and he just means he's awesome.
Yeah. And I love anybody that, sort of gets out of the Marines and goes into media and still has a lot of veteran pride. He's a cool dude.
TakePart Live on Pivot. We have a clip.
Okay.
Let's watch a clip of Meghan McCain at work.
I will be getting my flu shot right here, right now, live on air. Anne Ramoyne, who's an epidemiologist that we had to come on the show, who knows a lot about Ebola, says the best way that we can stop Ebola is by getting our flu shots and keeping us healthy.
I mean, ultimately that does make sense because your immune system is the best defense against anything.
There you go.
Yeah. Do you feel
You took
ultimately
that like
resilient?
a McCain.
I'm really good with pain. I'm really good with physical pain.
That's the first time we've ever had video also of somebody getting inoculated in any way, shape, or form on this program.
My producer's like, do you mind getting a shot? I was like, I'll do whatever you want. I'm tough. It's fine.
And Jack Osborne and Sal Masekela, Mr. X Games himself.
They're such nice guys. I
Yeah.
didn't know what to expect. I mean, I watched Sal a long time ago on E! And, you know, because I'm a girl, whatever. And Jack Osborne, they're really nice, really fun. Jack Osborne's like pretty conservative, which surprised me, and he was pretty open about it on the show. But
Is
they're
that
good guys.
right? Okay. Yeah, and so you're open about politics and the whole business, and on that show, there's all sorts of, you run the gamut of conversations there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Well, listen, this has been a blast. I would love to have you back on anytime you want. Certainly, we know we're going to be at the Super Bowl.
I know.
In Arizona. Will you at least go to that?
Yes, I will.
I mean,
of course.
you got to get.
For the parties, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
mean,
Well, you know.
That place is going to be crawling with dudes. I mean, of course.
So
and I've got such Arizona pride.
Of course,
I mean,
and it's very spread. I mean, there's stuff going on everywhere. Obviously, the stadium's out in Glendale. You got Scottsdale. You got Phoenix. You got it all working right there.
And sometimes people are such haters on Arizona and Scottsdale, but it's such a blast. It's so
Who
much
hates
fun.
on?
People in LA kind of hate on Arizona a little bit.
Well, people in LA hate on
Talking
everybody.
zonies?
What do you mean?
Zonies.
Zonies?
Yeah,
Desert
that's
people?
what we're called. Desert
Wait, is that a
people.
I'm not
real? Is
one
that
of
a real
those-
nickname?
I'm not
Is that a
one of
real
those
thing?
people.
People call us zonies. When I
Yeah.
first moved to New York, people were calling me a zonie all the time. And I was
Who
like,
in New York?
Interesting.
Yeah, people are snobs. If you're not from Connecticut, then you're not.
I'm from Staten Island. I've never heard that before. I've never heard of
It's
zonies
Manhattan people.
before. Yeah, that's right.
I don't like that people from Connecticut try to play both sides. Like, oh, we're from New England, but oh, we're kind of uppity New Yorkers.
I know.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
You know what? You New Englanders need to back down. Speaking on behalf of all New Yorkers, you New Englanders need to back
Just
down.
saying.
Sounds like we're hanging with Meghan McCain Super Bowl week, getting into some parties.
That's exactly what
Anytime
it
you
sounds
want.
like.
Looks like you guys already got a lot of alcohol in here. I'm game.
Well, no, that is just set dressing. It is tea
That's tea.
and juice.
You guys should man up and get some scotch in there. for
Well, I
real.
mean, it's a morning
this
show.
is like this is a morning show.
You know, it's morning out here.
It's kind of morning. It's 11:30, but this
Are
is
you
like the
gonna bring
ultimate
it?
man cave.
You need to bring it next time.
I'll bring alcohol next time. You three, alcohol, me and you.
And I'll
There we
come
go.
on your show and get a shot.
Okay, sounds good.
Good to see you, Meghan McCain. Thanks for
you.
joining.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.